Hi everyone, and welcome to this month's Click Intelligence episode of SEO Expert Insights. My name is James Owen, and I'm the co-founder of Click Intelligence. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about my own predictions on how SEO will change over the next decade, Google April 2023 reviews update rolls out, what changed with Google's helpful content guidance, and Google's John Mueller on using AI to write content. All the links in the article have been included below to follow along or read later on. Before we jump into this month's SEO Expert Insights, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and sign up to our newsletter and online portal. Let's jump right in. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is my own predictions on how SEO will change over the next decade. This content I wrote for our own blog at clickintelligence.co.uk, and it basically goes through the changes that we've been seeing. It's an interesting piece of content because we've had a huge amount of updates and turbulence in the SEO industry over the last 12 months. We've had Google updates, Google Bard, ChatGPT being rolled out. So things have shifted quite quickly. So these are my predictions what I wrote around the end of April. So let's just dive in. The first area I'm going to talk about is predicted SEO analytics. And this is really, really cool, I think. Let's say you are involved in an industry that promotes events or to do any event essentially that happens on an annual basis. Let's say like Eurovision or Cheltenham Festival or a bit further out World Cup, let's say, and you need to maybe build a website or update content about the event. You can look at past event data through Google Keyword Tool, SEMrush, Ahrefs, and you can even look at Wayback Machine and see what your competitors are doing last year or last couple of years, and basically tailoring the user experience to what the users are expecting to see. So essentially tailoring your content to what users are going to want, and there's a huge amount of data for you to make your website work in that way, which is really cool. Voice search has come on leaps and bounds. I think as people evolve, we have a search at the moment. As they type it in, they want to speak it for convenience, let's say. This is a stat from pwt.com. It's a table of information. Essentially, different types of search queries or types of searches that people do. I certainly use voice search if I'm writing an email or I'm writing some kind of specification, or maybe use Google voice search if I don't know how to spell a word or something. So I'm using it like that, and also trying to find local restaurants or reviews for restaurants. Voice search will continue to evolve, and I think we're going towards that kind of medium. Moving on, okay, so high quality content creation. 16 years ago when I started in SEO, we were still, writing keyword tags in the head section of the website, just to let Google and other search engines know what basically the page was about and what keywords we want to target and what keywords we want to be found for within a search when someone types in a search query. 16 years on, things have massively changed. You've got the EAT principles. When we're doing searching in Google before we write content, okay, what content is Google actually featuring? We need to ensure that the content we're writing matches what Google's looking for to display in SERP. So this is only going to continue to evolve. If you aren't going to be doing those sort of things, the EAT principles, looking at the SERP and just what Google's displaying right now, I think you'll be falling behind and losing traction. Next thing to talk about is going to be visual search engines in terms of the imagery. I'm talking about videos in a minute, but essentially how people are searching and how people want to view their results are evolving. It's now not text-based, it's very much a multimedia SERP. So ensuring that you're following the base principles of optimizing your images has never been more important. And again, this is the multimedia side of the SERP is only going to continue to evolve. AI, I talk about this quite a lot on the SEO Expert Insights. I talk about Google Bard, ChatGPT, and emergence of those kind of technologies. For me, this is only a start. They are going to get a lot more experience. They're going to get brighter, more intelligent. And for me as a business owner, it's about what can we enhance to help us with our clients' efforts, with more in-depth SEO analysis, more data analysis. So it's an exciting time for sure, and AI isn't going anywhere. It's all about enhancing, taking advantage of this technology. Next thing to discuss, local SEO, super important if you're a local business or if you're a nationwide business but have local branches of your business. Super important to have a local strategy. Users are now doing a lot more local searches. SERP has changed massively over the last decade, even the last 12 months, 24 months has changed rapidly. So essentially ensuring that you've got a solid SEO strategy for local search in place, as users are doing a lot more searches on their mobile, voice search, as we mentioned before, where is a local restaurant, local Thai restaurant, curry house, what it might be, and ensuring that your local SEO strategy is in line with how people are searching. Video content, as I said, with the content creation, with multimedia, with image search, it's only going to continue. For us, video now as a medium is huge. Users have changed their habits, how they're actually viewing their content. Now it's video, they view it on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, so on and so forth. The way that people are actually taking on board video now on Netflix, on Disney, they're literally watching it when they want to watch it, opposed to when it's kind of on live, let's say. So it's about video engagement, ensuring that video marketing is correct, and ensuring that the video is optimized for the best reach. So we're certainly going to essentially continue to evolve. So the last thing to discuss is always the wild card that is always online, always on social media, get asked by clients all the time, is SEO dead? And my response always has been, and I truly believe this, no, SEO is not dead. Has it changed? Absolutely, of course it has. It's evolved massively. It's got a lot more intelligent. Google 16 years ago were very primitive. They weren't using machine learning and the amount of kind of data sets they're using. Now it's all about machine learning, personalization, enhancement. The user experience is huge. Google's trying to keep you actually within Google itself a lot more than it has ever done, opposed to you kind of clicking off. Obviously, emergence of Google Bard, but that's hugely interesting. Let's see how that evolves. It's about taking advantage where you can, but also knowing that Google is still on a journey of discovery and better user experience. So, will SEO exist in 10 years' time? Absolutely, but it will be a lot different than it is today. Okay, so the next story we're going to talk about is Google April 2023 reviews update rolls out and essentially expands to cover reviews about product, service and things. This is a story that was broken by SEO Roundtable. The update kind of happened around April 12th and 13th. It started to roll out. Essentially, it rolled out fairly quickly after the March broad core update. And to paraphrase, product has now been removed from the name and now the system covers reviews about product, service and things. It's not the first time Google has updated the review system. It's something happened quite a few times last year, but essentially they just changed some of their wording in terms of how they are handling product reviews now. If we go down the news article, we can see here that it discusses the change, which is the review system aims to better reward high quality reviews, content that provides insightful analysis and original research and is written by experts or enthusiasts who know the topic well. If we go on to the Google update notes, Google search review system and your website, link in the description as usual. And then essentially around April 26th, kind of 13 days later, review update is done kind of rolling out. Kind of roll the review kind of notes. I say it was rolled out for 13 days, completed April 25th. Essentially, all review content, including product, services, destinations, games, movies, and other topics. It's not a penalty. It promotes some rules, insight analysis, and original research. It's not a core update. It was just a targeting reviews only. Google has not told SEO Roundtable what percentage of queries or searches were impacted by this update. Essentially, Google will not periodically refresh its algorithm, but many not communicate these updates in the future. This may be the first refresh that Google has done. It is the first refresh Google information that has communicated about it. Essentially, the impact, it was slow to start, but with a big ending. We look at the kind of tracking tools. So it went live around about here and it ended over here on the 25th. Went a bit cold around this point and then obviously had a big impact around the 20th of April. Similar stats around kind of Rank Ranger as well. We scroll down to the bottom here. There was kind of other updates in 2023 regarding this. So we wrap around the review update. So we have February and then we have September 2022, July 2022, March 2022, and also September 2021. So Google's been essentially looking at how I can improve reviews that people are writing. Essentially, Google goes on to say about advice. Again, there's a link to that over here. But to kind of paraphrase, they've been talking about kind of evaluate from a user's perspective, demonstrate that you have knowledge about what you're viewing. Again, links with EAT. Authoritative expertise experience, share quantitative measurement about how something measures up to various categories of performance. Let's see what else it says. Focus on how important decision-making facts based on your experience or expertise. Again, go down to EAT. Include links to other useful resources. Consider including links to multiple sellers. When recommending something, the best overall or best for a certain purpose, including why you consider to do the best or first-hand supporting evidence. So essentially, like what Google's been doing with just general updates, with a core update with EAT, it is a signal. We need to improve the overall content of your website and include reviews. So the next 3 news stories were written on Search Engine Roundtable, and it's where Google's updated their guidelines on best practice. And the first kind of news story that we're going to talk about broke on April 21st. It was about Google drops mobile-friendly and page speed and secure site and page experience as a retired ranking systems. This actually had a big impact because I had quite a few web developers who I work with on various projects come to me and say, what does Google not care about page experience and mobile friendliness and page speed and having secure, having a website that's secure? You then had to explain to them, no, it's still important. Google just changing their documentation. So essentially, Google's now saying that Google Page Experience system, mobile friendly ranking system, page speed system, secure site system, they're not part of ranking systems guidelines anymore. So this is the first one news story. And then it goes on to the next one, which is essentially April 28th, where the confusion has continued, but then Google comes out and just confirms, hey guys, actually this is what we're doing. And that is basically saying, Google's now saying that page experience, mobile friendliness, page speed and making a site secure are ranking signals, not ranking systems. Although some of the systems will use them as signals. So web developers I was talking to, I was like, no, it's still really important, don't worry about it, because they're going to start scrapping, while we have secure sites, while am I painstakingly sorting out, making sure the website is super fast with CDNs and making sure that we're using, the right size images and so on and so forth. So that was quite interesting that Google had to come out and just confirm, actually, this is what we mean, this is what we were doing. We just changed the documentation. So it's different terminologies. Essentially, Google's still looking at it. I think that's a basic premise of what we're trying to get across here. And then this kind of sprouted because on April 20th, so this is April 28th, April 20th, Google came out and kind of changed, it moved from one document to another document. So then we say, okay, Google announced the change of guidelines around what makes content considered helpful, including adding in page experience as one of those areas. Essentially, on top of that, we go on to talk about EAT, which we'll explain about already on this video being super important for, multimedia of kind of content. I started kind of delving into some of the guides that they've updated and they've just to confirm the confusion. Google wants you to kind of look at your landing page and kind of self-assess the content page experience as well. Okay, do you have good core web vitals? Are pages served in a secure fashion? Does content display well for mobile devices when viewed on them? So we've already got 3 of the 4, right? Does content lack an excessive amount of ads that distract from the interface of main content? Do pages lack intrusive images? How easy can visitors navigate to or locate main content on your page? Is a page designed so visitors can easily distinguish the main content from content on your page, from other content on your page? Okay, and then I moved on to this document from Google they updated, creating helpful, reliable, people-first content, self-assessing your own content, similar to the understanding page experience in Google search results, but going a bit further into depth of that, just to kind of take a couple of bullet points here. Does your content provide regional information regarding research and analysis? Does your content provide substantial, complete or comprehensive description of the topic? Does the content provide insightful analysis or interesting information that is beyond the obvious? Is this a sort of page you want to bookmark, share a friend or recommend? Would you expect to see the content in or referenced by printed magazine or encyclopedia or book? Again, it's about elevating your content. It's about making sure that your content is as good as it can be and is well thought out and is cited and authoritative. Essentially, that's what Google's kind of going for. So just to kind of sum up, it's kind of 3, I would say, major updates, just kind of rejigging what they're saying in different documentation. But essentially, we're still talking about the same thing, ensuring that your page experience is as good as it can be. You've made your site as mobile friendly as possible. The page loads as quick as possible. The whole website loads as quick as possible. And the website is secure. The content is secure. And essentially, so with that, ensuring that the content adheres to the principles of EAT. So I thought that was quite interesting. Thought I'd share it with everyone as well, and we'll move on. Okay, something I've spoken about quite a lot on this channel, just around kind of Google's stance on using AI to write content, kind of ChatGPT, the main one that everyone is using. So on Twitter, someone asked, should we use ChatGPT from now onwards for publishing content on our website? It's giving 80% unique content. Sounds really good to me. John Mueller kind of come back and said, it's like food with only 20% toxic chemicals, sounds tasty. John then continues the conversation on Twitter saying, if you had an important legal case, would you want your lawyer to use ChatGPT and Google Translate to make the argument before a judge? A bit more context to this conversation on Twitter, he then goes to say, using automation, including AI, to generate content with a primary purpose of manipulating rankings in search results is a violation of spam policies, which is basically past the line, which is fine. That said, it's important to recognise that not all use of automation, including AI generation, is spam. Automation has long been used to generate helpful content such as sports scores, weather forecasts, and transcripts. Super makes sense. Google's interested now in very much EAT and has been, they changed their core documentation towards that as well. They basically spelled it out to you, what they're looking for, to self-assess your own content. And it goes back to, well, ChatGPT, you can't put a face to that. When you're reading a blog article or any article, you want to be able to cite who's the author of that content. Is that content written by someone who's got years of actual on-the-ground experience about that subject? ChatGPT has not got on-the-ground experience about that subject. It's impossible. It's never going to happen. So AI has its place, and at the moment it's literally just to help you come up with ideas, let's say on articles, help you maybe rewrite product descriptions, maybe rewrite meta descriptions, come up with article titles, as I say, and that's as far as it goes. Maybe, help you rewrite some of your own articles to use, more descriptive words perhaps. That's as far as it goes. The bulk of your content needs to be written by someone who has EAT principles. If you can't do that, then you bring someone in-house to your business who can help you write that content, opposed to going down the ChatGPT route, which Google will have filters on AI content and how to deal with that. So you'll get to a point where it's a waste of time using AI content because it's not going to rank particularly well. They'll put filters in, there'll be updates, and you'll lose kind of traction and so. I thought it'd be interesting just to show this. It's not anything groundbreaking, but it's just kind of interesting. At least John Mueller's kind of said that there are sometimes that automated content can be useful. Thanks for watching this month's episode of Click Intelligence SEO Expert Insights. Remember, all the links to the articles will be included below to follow along or read on later. Please subscribe to our newsletter for the first look exclusive access. Catch up on our YouTube channel, and for further learning resources and other SEO news, check out our Knowledge Hub. I'll catch you up on the next episode of Click Intelligence SEO Expert Insights.